Get some air time. Oh! Jesus Christ! Take the wheel.
Attack the Buns is a 320 kilometre bikepacking trip in New South Wales, Australia. It takes you from the quaint historic town of Bundanoon in the southern Highlands of New South Wales to Bungendore near Canberra. It's got roads, it's got gravel, it's got rivers, it's got rocks, and it's got nearly 5,000 metres of climb. This is our journey. We started our trip, stayed last night at the lovely Bundanoon Hotel in Bundanoon. Today we've got about 65 k's to go. I think there's about 1,000 metres of elevation, but right at the end of the day we've got a nice big downhill to the campsite, which is next to a big power dam, so we're looking forward to that. Here goes the rigs. Brendan here, rocking the big dry bag at the back. A lot of weight in there, so we'll see how that goes. And then we got Geordie, a very slim, sleek looker. So we'll see how that goes. And then this fucking heavy thing. See how that one goes. And with that, our day one journey begun.
Let's go.
Our first detour took us to Gun Rock Creek to explore the side of a waterfall before we returned to the main track to tackle our first river crossing. Next stop was lunch and a chance to dry off. Paying for my sins before going through the creek. We have very wet feet. This was followed by a stop at the famous Fitzroy Falls, which was both breathtaking and also a bit terrifying because it gave us an idea of what was ahead. Getting back on the track, we expected nothing but smooth, uninterrupted riding ahead.
They fucked us.
Unfortunately, New South Wales doesn't really work like that.
Oh, wait a second. Oh.
Being the intelligent, prepared young men that we are, we managed this without incident.
Oh, fuck.
Almost.
Just got a sprocket to the leg. Ow.
This was our final obstacle before the downhill began.
Ruined ambience. So sick. So sick. That was shifty. says Red Bull races and they're just pumping it through here. How the fuck do you do that? And then get that. Yeah. Oh, beautiful. That's awesome. Oh, cook this.
And as quickly as the descent concluded, the ascent began. Well, that downhill was great, but we're definitely paying for it now. We've got a big climb ahead. We've done about 160 meters. We're going to get to 240. A lot of red gradient ahead. Let's have a morale check-in.
Morale is good.
Jordy?
Morale is not good.
We're past a couple of these going up the biggest hill I've ever seen in my life. So at least we're doing better than that.
The final part of day one would see us climb a couple of 100 meters of elevation before powering along the flats and past the Bendila hydroelectric pumping station down to the campsite where we would spend the first night. Start of day two. We're very stinky. It's very wet. We had to put our flyers onto the back to try and dry it out because it is soaking just from the dew last night. How's morale, Geordie?
Good. Had a hot breakfast, had some good coffee.
It was good.
Looking forward to this 100-meter climb.
Yeah, we didn't show up, but we came down a big hill to get into the campsite last night, which was not a part of the elevation on the map, so it's going to be a little bit rough climbing up.
We check into the nether regions in this valley. That's why we're going to get
Straight through there, up this hill. It's going to be horrid. How's morale over here?
morale sky high. Woke up this morning, shit's wet. Less morale high. As the sun's come out, it's really pulled up spirits.
And with that, we commence the second leg of our 4-day adventure. More to come. Unfortunately, a lot of footage that was shot this day wasn't ideal due to the placement of the chest mount which I was using for the first time. On this day we actually bumped into another rider who was riding up some pretty gnarly elevation on a single speed bike. They were on their way to Canberra to compete in a bikepacking event. We stopped in a town called Nara for lunch where we spent a few hours hunting down some Coca-Cola. We decided to make a big push along one of the main roads directly to a campsite a little bit further ahead of what we originally planned for night 2. The rationale here was there was some poor weather on the way, so we wanted to get ahead of it and make up a little bit of time so that we weren't caught in it later on down the track. Unfortunately though, this meant we did quite a bit of road riding which we didn't get much footage of. It was just a lot of cars along the main road, nothing too exciting. Once we got to approximately the area that we wanted to stay, we scouted out a camping spot and decided to camp right next to a great viewpoint. Starting day 3, we camped for the first time at a wild camping spot. Just found this part in the trees, cleared out some nice areas. It's pretty good. Finally was built up the courage to do some free camping, which was great. Found this old barrel, little fire in there last night. A little bit of rain overnight, but I think overall it's been pretty good weather so far, although there's a bit more rain in the forecast. Yesterday it did get pretty hot. How's morale, Geordie?
It's good. Had a coffee, good sleep.
Rested. What about Brendan?
Sky high, baby.
Sky high.
Let's hit this with speed and gusto.
You'll notice a new little feature on the back here. Use a bit of
Aldi
Aldi merch. Not getting any sponsorship out of that.
You miss your $150 TVs. This is as good as second place.
Alright, check in soon. And so day 3 began. We'd see a lot of rocks, a lot of rivers, and work our way through a lot of interesting forests, as well as cliff faces and big open valleys. It was probably about here that I really started to appreciate the tubeless setup that I was running. I was running 2.6-inch mezcals, which let me run at a super low PSI so I could just crawl over these rocks that you can see.
I'm still trying to clip in from when we took off. Get in! There we go, that's it. Down into this boggy shit. Smoother. Oh, the walnut bus. Taking a bit of that tree with it. Stop for a little refill of water. We're not too far away from camp now if we want to go the original one, but I think we're going to end up pushing a little bit. Brendan's shoes just took a bit of a dip in this creek, unfortunately. I don't think, Jordy, you haven't had any shoe wet problems yet, right?
Not major.
Not major. The only wise one. It's going to be a bit of a slog up this hill, but hopefully it's not too far. Bit of sandy business. Just doing a quick water refill and then push to the top, go find a spot, have some coffee.
Day 3 would see us push over 100 kilometers for the day. We decided towards the end of the day that we would push to get to the next closest town, which was Braidwood. The reason for this was there was some pretty bad weather approaching and we wanted to stay dry for the night. It did mean, however, that it was our first time doing some riding through the rain and dark. Unfortunately, we didn't capture any of this footage, but there will be a note for next time to make sure that we do. Feeling pretty knackered. Because we did the big push last night, we can basically get out today instead, so it's only going to be a 4-day trip instead of 5. So we've just got to hustle now and make it to the train at 5:30, and then we can go get the car and check into Canberra tonight. Checking on the troops, Geordie.
Feeling good.
He's all rugged up. We're expecting a little bit more rain. So
A little bit more.
yeah, we're going to get pretty soaked today, we think, but clear at the moment. Enjoy it while it lasts. How about Brendan? How's morale?
Crazy chafe going on.
Crazy chafe.
It's incredible what's happening down there.
If 3B's looking for any sponsorship deals, this is your guy. A lot of climb. See that bike computer? Oh, a lot of climb ahead. Last big climb of the day. It's another smaller one. Should be nice. Geordie lost his brekkie. No fun. It's pretty punishing. In some ways the uphill was better than the downhill though, because you don't get so cold with a bit more control. Alright. Rating?
Rating?
Yeah.
It's like 4 out of 10.
4 out of 10. room to get worse. And so it did pretty quickly. Oh, he's in 4 feet. Well, we've hit halfway for the day, 30 kilometers. Been going for about 2 hours 10. And as you can see down the bottom there, a fair bit of climbing. That's the 2 really big hills for the day done. See, mostly downhill. There's that one other peak in, I don't know, 10k or so. So we'll enjoy a bit of downhill now, which will be nice. It was a struggle, but glad that we're here. Bike's taking a bit of a beating. Probably gonna let some pressure out of those tyres. See, this has covered all this grit. It's making it super hard to change. I'm gonna have to give it a good clean. Stuff here. It's not helpful, but it's nice to be on the side of those 2 big hills.
And with that, our road exit began. Felt pretty rewarding after a long trip to be riding on some smooth roads. We learned a lot this trip. We've got to practice more hills, which means you'll probably see me riding the Yarrow Bend on my gravel bike on the way to work. We should take less stuff. A night at a pub hotel is worth its weight in gold. Gonna Do Bakery in Bungendore has some pretty good pies. See you on the next one.